I really thought Marathon was going to stagnate at like 40, 50K. I thought the Bungie fanboys would really hold it down for longer than 1 month. I can't believe they gave up after just 1 month. I really can't. But here we are. Marathon in the 24-hour peak has hit 28,324 players. As you can see, it's been a very, very, very steady decline where people are slowly but surely checking out of the game. Because here's the thing, man. People can be diehard fans of this game, but the truth is that a lot of people are diehard fans of this game as long as other people are diehard fans of this game, right? Once the clout is gone, which is it's gone. I'm sorry. Like the Marathon clout is gone. You got 5,000 people watching on Twitch right now. Barely anybody's watching Marathon. It's gone. Right? The cloud is gone. Once the clout is gone and people realize they cannot utilize Marathon to push whatever, they may want to push, that's when people kind of just check out. And it happens slowly but surely. Because again, I told you guys, when Marathon came out, I said this game wasn't going to flop in the beginning. Not at all. There was no way. Right? It actually did better than what I said it was going to do. I said it was going to do about 70 to 75,000 players concurrently. It actually did 88,000. So it did better than what I thought. But what I did say was that with games like Marathon, the retention is what matters. The retention is what's important. The retention is the only thing that fucking matters with these games. So if it does not hold its player base, especially after the first month, you're going to have a problem. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck about the politics. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We're just talking basic numbers. The game is going to have a problem if it loses a mass amount of its player base after just 30 days. Retention is all that matters. And I said the retention is going to be what slowly kills Marathon. Now, shockingly, I thought that they were going to be able to hold at least 40 to 50K after 30 days. But that's not what's happening here. They're at 28,000 and dropping. Right? They're dropping pretty consistently. Every single week, more and more people are checking out of Marathon. Now, that's not the reason why I'm breaking up Marathon. Okay, I just kind of wanted to laugh at the numbers a little bit because I know that certain people don't like that. Today, we're going to be talking about Marathon because Marathon is dealing with another problem. Apparently, Marathon is dealing with a massive cheater problem. And I think that's so funny considering that Marathon is losing players left and right. But they're not losing cheaters, right? So is it the cheaters that are throwing people out? I don't really know. Making people want to quit the game? I have no idea. But people are saying it's a massive, massive problem. There's a lot of frustration regarding Marathon cheaters. Bungie is now saying they're going to improve it with a zero tolerance policy around cheating, and that this is an area they're going to continue to invest their time and their money. It's also investigating how to better manage player toxicity and stream sniping. Oh, wow. Okay. Good old Bungie. Oh my, bro, I fucking hate these people so much in the sense of like how they're so busy trying to nanny the internet that they end up losing their player base because they want to be everybody's fucking mommy and daddy. You want to be everybody's mommy and daddy. You want to stop people from saying bad, naughty words on the internet. You want to figure out how to manage player toxicity. Brother, this is a competitive game. From what I understand, it's a very sweaty competitive game. So you mean to tell me in a sweaty competitive game, you want to do everything possible to essentially stop people from expressing how they're feeling at the time of playing the said sweaty game? You realize with competition breeds that level of competitiveness, and you're going to try to silence people when they're... I hate this shit so much. I really do. It's what killed Call of Duty. In my opinion, it's what killed Call of Duty, man. When they start trying to be everybody's mommy and daddy and stop letting people just play the game and have fun. Bro, this shit talking, I'm going to tell it to you like this. You could say what you want about the Call of Duty lobbies. You could say, oh, they're toxic, they're crazy, they're psychotic. At least back in the day. But I'll tell you this. In that lobby, when you're going back and forth with someone and you're talking all that kinds of shit, at least you were able to go into the next game and keep playing and then destroy the person who you were talking shit to. Now you're removing that toxicity. People can't get their voices out there, so they're less likely to want to continue playing. Just look at what Call of Duty's like now. You know, I love the ability, bro. I love the ability, especially back in SOCOM US Navy SEALs. Oh my God. The amount of shit that I talked in SOCOM US Navy SEALs was ungodly. It was ungodly. People calling you hacker all the time. Whatever, bro. I don't give a fuck. And all I did was just load up the next round and continue to do it the next round. And then get back in the lobby and continue to talk shit. It was great. It was great. Same thing with Call of Duty. But now, like, you say anything that's even remotely to, you know, PG-13 and you're done. You're cooked. They're going to ban your account now. Bro, I'll tell you to like this. They rather lose a player. Not just one player. They rather lose a lot of players. But they rather lose a lot of players and have a nanny state than have a fuck ton of players and let players speak the way they want to speak. They rather control your speech than have a successful game. Can anybody explain how that's fucking smart? Can anybody explain how that's smart? And then you're going to have the wokies come in where the people that are not financially invested are going to tell you how to spend the money and how to be financially like they're the ones who will tell you that's a good idea. The people who are unaffected by Call of Duty's failure, the people who are not going to get fired if money's not coming in, they're going to tell you that's great that you ban hundreds of thousands of people who were being naughty. They were saying naughty words. Yeah, ban them all. Lose all that money. They'll tell you that's a great idea. But then the people who are getting fired a couple of months later because of that, well, they got nothing to say. They can't say anything because they let it happen. I'm so sick of the nanny state. I really am. I'm sick of the people who try to police the internet, who try to police thought, who try to police speech, who try to tell you, oh, stop being this, stop being that. Why don't you stop being a fucking nanny? Why don't you stop trying to pretend like you actually care what people say on the internet? The only thing you actually care about is censorship. The only thing you care about is having a power trip. That's the only thing you actually care about. You don't care that somebody is saying something naughty to someone else. You only care about the ability to stop that person from saying what they want to say, because that's what gets you off. That's how these people are. And that's how they're all trying to become, little by little. If you don't want shit talking, don't make a competitive game. Go make a fucking Animal Crossing or something like that. Why would you make a game like Marathon and then want to control people's supposed toxicity? Because we all know what they mean by toxicity. People that curse, people that use certain words. We all know that's what they mean. They don't mean anything else. They don't mean like anything that's actually dangerous. No, they're just talking about bad words, naughty words. That's all they're talking about. So if you really don't want to deal with this shit, then go play video games that won't have this shit in it. There's plenty of them. There is plenty of them. But no, you wanna come into this space. You want to come into the competitive scene. You want to play video games like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, whatever. You want to come into this scene, and then you want to tell everybody else to be nice to you. When you're over there with a 0.5 KD, when you're over there getting fucking killed because your strategy sucks, your gameplay sucks, and you don't want nobody to call you out on how much you suck, and you're going to claim that that's harassment. You're going to claim that somebody telling you that you suck at a video game that you suck at is somehow harassment or somehow toxicity. That's what they do. Yeah, they say words are violence. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, stop that. Stop that. How are you such a fucking bitch? I don't understand. You're just playing a game. It's not going to hurt you. You're just playing a game. Why don't you just have fun? Have fun. Talk shit back. Talk shit back. Who cares? I miss the day where people would just talk shit back. I really do. Yeah, exactly. Now everybody's worried about microaggressions. Protect my feelings. You know what's sad too? What's sad is that it's not just women doing this. There's a lot of men these days that are, I guess you could say female minded, but there's a lot of men. There's a lot of men these days that are playing these games and complaining about toxicity, or complaining about racism, or complaining about, like, brother, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. The only thing you should complain about is how you missed such an easy headshot. You should go work on your skills. Go get better. You're not allowed to complain until you get better. And then when you're about to complain, you're going to realize that there's somebody better than you. So go keep getting better. Keep getting better. Improve yourself. Stop fucking complaining all the time. I can't stand it. Like, I expect women to complain. You know what I mean? I expect women to get on the mic and complain. Oh, why are you being so mean to me? The moment I hear a guy complaining about toxicity and whatever, racism or whatever, like, shut the fuck up, brother. Shut up. You sound like a bitch. Stop. Play the game. I don't know, man. Bro, back in the day, you could get into full-blown fucking arguments, right? Full-blown arguments. Bro, somehow, some way, everybody fucked everybody's mom. Like, you could get into full-blown arguments with people that you never even met. And at the end of the day, after the round was over or after you finished playing, you're like, you know what? That was fun, man. Hey, GG's. And then you move on. How are you going to say GG after saying you fucked the guy's mom? I don't know, but it happened. It happened a lot. It was great, you know, but you don't get that anymore. Now, apparently that's being toxic, you know? I don't know, man. Sorry for the rant. I think about this stuff all the time and I'm like, it's kind of sad, man, because, you know, I used to be able to go into Counter-Strike games and the microphones were always on and people were always talking shit. And lately, I just realized when I'm playing games like that, bro, the mics are off. Everybody's playing in silence. It's like, why are we playing in silence? And then I realized it's because nobody wants to get fucking banned. Nobody wants to get banned. Nobody wants to, you know, get reported or whatever. It's like, that's so fucking gay, man. That's so boring. But it happens a lot. There's very few Counter-Strike games that I play these days where the mics are on. Very, very few. And I gotta imagine it's because nobody wants to get reported. You know? You mean to tell me that people back in the day with less technology had more microphones than people now with the technology boom, especially the streamer boom that we experience where everybody has a mic at home? The fuck? People have mics. They absolutely have mics. There's more people that have mics now than they ever did back in the day. But somehow, some way, more people were talking back in the day. How is that? It's got to be because either people are scared to talk or maybe they just don't want to. But I don't believe that. I think if people have the opportunity to talk unfiltered, they will. The problem is you can't be unfiltered. And then all it takes is you accidentally saying something when you get into a heated game or a heated round. And that becomes a problem. You know? I don't know. I think it's terrible. I really do. Anyway, enough of that. So Marathon's having a cheating problem. And since its launch, reports of ranked cheaters have become so prevalent that some streamers are calling the mode ruined, a sentiment echoed by frustrated runners on Marathon's subreddit. Today, Bungie officially responded to those piling complaints, saying it's already banning cheaters when it detects them and will continuously refine its tools to do so. They said that we have a zero tolerance policy around cheating. They also said in an update on X, reiterating that the one strike you're out permaban protocol is laid out ahead of launch in February. We're actively banning confirmed cheaters and expanding our telemetry and detection methods to better catch the aforementioned cheaters. The studio says some of the improved detection tools have already gone live, with further improvements expected in weeks ahead. Anti-cheat is a continuous cycle of monitoring, improving, and responding. This is an area that we will continue to invest in, protect the integrity of your runs. Bungie said, and this is the best part, you ready for this? That it's also iterating on making it easier for players to flag suspected cheating and report toxicity, both in-game and through its reporting website. It's also investigating. Imagine being that guy. Bro, imagine being that guy. Who are you? Imagine being the guy who got so angry at a video game that he went to a separate website, clicked file a report, and complained about someone's being mean to them. Imagine being that guy. They should make an entire simulator game based off that guy. I would love to see what that's like. Because holy shit, bro. That must be insane. What is that? What is that like? I don't even know. I don't even know. It's one thing if you're like watching YouTube and actually come across some crazy content and you report it because it's like, it's basically fucking illegal. That's something different. But brother, you mean to tell me in a video game? In a video game, somebody insulted you in a video game, and you went to a separate website to report that action from the game? That's crazy. What is that? What is that even like? I can't even imagine that. Anyway, so it's also investigating. Oh my God. It's investigating the possibility of sending an in-game mailbox message when an action is taken as a result of a player report that you've submitted. It's nice to get confirmation that somebody's facing repercussions for being awful. Oh, the journalists with their repercussions. That's amazing. Yeah, the journalists with their repercussions. The people who get no repercussions, and they're the ones who are like, yeah, it's really good when somebody gets repercussions for being an asshole. Yeah, okay. Says the people that want to fuck Star Fox. Says the people that apparently think about the sexuality of a fucking character inside of Mario. Oh, Mario, we totally know that you get dick down, Mario. These fucking people. Get out of here with this shit. Better voice moderation options for handling habitually toxic chat behavior and stream sniping protections are on the studio's to-do list as well. In the meantime, Bungie's encouraging runners to please keep reporting cheating and harassment. Again, so you mean to tell me that you're going to ban people for supposedly stream sniping? Are you serious? So now you're monitoring what other people do to streamers who are streaming your game. They know exactly what could happen when streaming your game, when playing a multiplayer game. Obviously, people are going to try to jump in the game. That's pretty natural. If you don't want people jumping in your game, then go play a game where you could play private lobbies or something like that. What the fuck are we doing? Are you you seriously banning on the behalf of other streamers now? So what if somebody reports, what if a streamer reports somebody for stream sniping, but they weren't actually stream sniping? How would you prove that? How would Bungie prove that the person was stream sniping? How do you prove that? What, do you go to their account on Twitch and see if they're in the chat or something? Like, how do you prove that? You don't know. You don't know that. There's no way to prove that you're partaking in stream sniping. There's no way. Unless the person openly admits it on voice chat or whatever and says, haha, I killed you from your stream. That's something different. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? You guys are just, oh my God, Bungie. I'm so tired of people being in charge of competitive shooters and being anti-competitive in general. I'm so sick of it. Sonia says, what is stream sniping? So stream sniping is when you as a streamer are playing a multiplayer video game, right? Usually a shooter style game or something along those lines. And somebody tries to get in your game that's watching your stream and they come and hunt you down specifically. That's what stream sniping is. So in a competitive game where they may not know where you are, right? Unless they find you in the game naturally, a stream sniper can see exactly where you are and find you without doing any of the work in game that requires to find you, right? So if you're trying to hide somewhere, if you're trying to camp somewhere, they can see exactly where you are and kill you, basically. I think this is wild, man. I'm so sick of people being in charge of competitive games that act like this. Why do you act like this? Nobody's gonna want to play your competitive game. If you are doing everything you can to stop the banter between players and you're calling it toxicity and harassment, you deserve to lose all the players that you're losing, flat out. Like, if Bungie's gonna act like this, then Bungie deserves all of this. And again, in all seriousness, like the Bungie superfans, the marathon superfans, which they're clearly not superfans because they're abandoning the game. But the ones that are superfans, at what point do you hold Bungie accountable? I know you guys suck off Bungie like crazy. I know you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, do what you want to do. But at what point do you hold them accountable and say, you know what? Even though I really like the game, maybe they're not handling it exactly how they probably should be handling it. Maybe I should call out a couple of the bullshit things that they're doing in the hopes that maybe they could catch on and improve the game or whatever, and make it fun again. Make it something, competitive again. But see, the thing is, we've now been conditioned to be in a world where people are naturally off their microphones now when they're playing games like this. So people are just happy being able to log in, kill people, and then that's basically it. Nobody wants to go the extra step to really make it a fun experience, you know? And they're all trying to say it's toxic, it's this, it's that, it's whatever. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You either weren't around for the shit talking or you're just boring. You're just boring. I'm sorry. There's not a video game that I could possibly play that I'm not going to shit talking. Even single player games, I'm sitting there shit talking the game. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Even in a single player game, I am shit talking the game. Like when I was getting felted by the fucking Hex Marie boss or whatever in Crimson Desert, I was shit talking her ass too. I was like, fuck this camera. Fuck this boss. This boss is anti-melee. She fucking sucks dick. Like, I was just, bro. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. That's just part of the fun, man. You know, you got to get the rage out. But in any case, that's the marathon situation. They're dealing with cheaters. Hopefully they can figure it out for the people who are, you know, still playing the game right now and dealing with it, especially if it's affecting ranked. That's going to turn off a lot of the hardcore players. And Marathon seems like it was trying to target the hardcore players. So if you lose them, it's not going to look good for you. Playing it.